And so I'm leaving the Democratic Party.
Is that this big announcement?
Yeah.
You're leaving the Democratic Party?
I'm leaving the Democratic Party because I've tried to enact that change from within. It's not, I don't see the Democratic Party as being savable. And I know that I can make an impact more from the outside. And frankly, I can't be associated and stand by this insanity that's been going on and continues to worsen day by day.
Are you going to be an sure you're aware of the Nancy Pelosi stuff?
Oh, absolutely.
It's wild.
It is. And look, I think this is one of the good things about social media is, of course, the mainstream corporate media is hardly covering it at all. But because of social media, things like that are spreading like wildfire, like, hey, Paul Pelosi is doing these trades within this period of time of Nancy Pelosi voting on this bill or bringing a bill to the floor, because we've got to remember, Nancy Pelosi as Speaker of the House, nothing happens without her knowing about it or giving her stamp of approval. So regardless of whether it's happening in the Judiciary Committee or the Commerce Committee or the Armed Services Committee, if there's a bill coming to the floor and there's major legislation that's being passed or is being squashed, that is happening with her say-so. And so just in these last few days, once people started making noise saying, hey, you as a member of Congress or your spouse or your adult child should not be allowed to conduct insider trading on issues that Congress is dealing with, which really covers every issue under the spectrum. They can't pretend anymore that they haven't been doing it. And yet, even as Nancy Pelosi is like, okay, fine, we'll draft legislation. But Congress is about to take a break as they head into the general elections. And once again, she's refusing to bring the bill to the floor for a vote, saying, oh, well, we're not going to bring it to the floor if it doesn't have support. Put people on the freaking spot. Make them cast that vote.
That is the last thing she wants.
Right before the election.
Lose that honey pot. She doesn't, first of all, she doesn't want it becoming a big, important thing that people are talking about.
Yeah.
Where people start, excuse me. Where people start looking at it and say, oh, well, how much money have you made?
Yeah.
Like, why are you worth $200 million? That's crazy. You make $200,000 a year. You're worth $200 million. Like, what's going on? And you look at, like, Paul Pelosi's stock, like, what his record is. He's better than Warren Buffett and George Soros, who are like wizards.
Yeah, exactly.
Those guys are the best, and he's better than them.
Yep.
But it's 100% insider trading. If you think about what they put Martha Stewart away in jail for, that's a nothing.
Yeah.
That's nothing compared to what she's doing.
And she's not the only one, obviously.
No.
There are, and this is where, the quote unquote uniparty in Washington has been blocking this kind of legislation from being passed because they're both benefiting from it. We had, I think, there were Republican and Democrat senators in the lead up towards COVID who knew about it, right? And started making different investments in as we were approaching it, even before the rest of the country knew about it, so that they could profit financially from it. Just absolutely disgusting.
It's crazy. It's just crazy that it's legal.
Yeah.
It's really egregious. And it's shocking how complicit the mainstream media is in ignoring it. Like, do you think that there's some discussion, or is it just an understanding that you'll lose access to these people if you highlight this? Like, why are they not covering that?
It's like this chummy insiders club in Washington, and a common term that's being used now is called permanent Washington, which really fits when
fucking mind. Like, we know children are incredibly malleable. We know children are impulsive. They decide, like, there's kids, ready for this? My friend, his wife is a school teacher, and she works at a school that had to install a litter box in the girls' room because there is a girl who's a furry who identifies as an animal, and her mother badgered the school until they agreed to put a litter box in one of the stalls. Yeah. So this girl goes into the litter room or to the girls' room and urinates or whatever. I don't know if she poops in it. That's pretty gross. You know what I mean? Like, if you could teach your cat, by the way, here's the thing. If you could teach your cat to use the toilet, you would. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want a box of piss in your house. It's the worst. I've had cats my whole life. It's the worst thing about having cats. You got to clean that box of piss every day.
Yeah.
Like, it's the greatest thing about dogs. They go outside. Like, if you're a fucking human.
The cat's got their humans trained.
Imagine how crazy that is. You're a fucking human being, and you prefer a litter box. You want to piss into a pile of sand, rather than use a bathroom that you could flush the toilet, wipe yourself like a normal person. Like, you're so crazy with what you think an animal is that not only have you said this, but you've conned the school into putting this fucking litter box in a girl's room. Yeah. Which is bananas.
It is. It's absolutely insane.
I'm sure you saw the teacher in Washington State that has the giant rubber boobs.
Oh my God, I did.
And then the school is now supporting...
Giant is an understatement.
But here's the thing about these giant boobs.
And this is a male teacher.
Yes. This is a male teacher who they're not fake boobs. They're fake boobs. This is what I mean. Like, if you knock your teeth out, like if I go lift weights and I hit myself in the face with a kettlebell and knock my teeth out, they'll replace my teeth with fake teeth. Right. But if I have these teeth that are my real teeth and I put fake teeth over them, those are fake teeth. Right. So this person, these are not fake boobs like they went and got an operation and had breast augmentation. No, they put giant rubber boobs.
They're like watermelon
over
size.
Their real boobs.
Yeah.
I wish I could find a watermelon that big. I love watermelon. If I could find a watermelon that big, they're so big, it's crazy. Yeah.
And what was the point of that, by the way?
I think it's a troll. And I've been reading about this online. And apparently there's many people that are pointing to the fact that this teacher may very well be scamming people. Okay. What does it say? Whether or not it was satire?
Yeah, I was reading.
It shows where the power lies.
Talking about that.
Was the fake boobs teacher a hoax? Okay.
Interesting.
So what I've heard is that this teacher's actually a conservative man, and that he's doing this as a goof, and also knows he can never get fired. Like maybe trying to get fired.
Interesting.
Like, see what does the article say? Does it say anything?
This article brings up the same stuff that like James Lindsay did, where they made those fake.
The grievance
to get pushed
articles.
Through, yeah. Similar thing. He's there's a law. I'm trying to read and think at the same time. I can't do that.
No worries.
Because the teacher could probably...
Yeah, so here it is. The Peter Boghossian, Helen Pluckrose, and James Lindsay seeded peer-reviewed journals with absurd critical studies papers, which was amazing, that they simply made up, caused a huge stir, but neither academia's perverse incentives nor the often
power, and they're maintaining control. And that's the real threat to our democracy that they pose, is they don't believe in freedom of speech. They don't believe in freedom of thought. They don't believe in freedom of religion. All they believe in is you've got to buy into whatever they're selling at any given day. And like I said, it's not enough to agree. You've got to go out there. You've got to march in the parade. You've got to carry the sign. You've got to scream and yell. And don't you dare even think about talking to Republicans. Don't even think about working with Republicans, because that directly undermines their authority. And frankly, Joe, this is something that I've been trying to fight against within the Democratic Party back when I was vice chair of the DNC for years, and it's gotten to a point where those who have been in charge for a long time, remain in charge, are not willing to change. And so I'm leaving the Democratic Party.
Is that this big announcement?
Yeah.
You're leaving the Democratic Party?
I'm leaving the Democratic Party because I've tried to enact that change from within. It's not, I don't see the Democratic Party as being savable. And I know that I can make an impact more from the outside. And frankly, I can't be associated and stand by this insanity that's been going on and continues to worsen day by day.
Are you going to be an independent?
Yep.
So that's how you're moving forward.
Yep.
What is it about this country that is so politically married to having two teams and two teams only? And how do we fix that? Because there is very little room for someone who's a third-party candidate to be taken seriously in this country. And when you do vote for a libertarian, you do vote for an independent, many people think of it as a protest vote.
Spoiler, right?
Yeah. Or at the very least, you say, that's why I voted for Joe Jorgensen. That is me personally, why I did. Because I was like, I'm not voting for him, and I'm not voting for her. Yeah. Fuck this. And then I'm not voting, or that was, with this one, it was Biden, actually. But that was also why I was voting for Gary Johnson. It was like, I'm not voting for her, and I'm not voting for him. I'll vote for that guy even if he doesn't know where Aleppo is. Like,
that's right. I forgot about that.
But that wasn't that big of a deal to me. That to me was
it seems like, it was a big deal at the time, but it seems like so minor now compared to, our vice president standing at the DMZ saying we are great allies with North Korea.
What a fuck up that was. And that didn't even make the news. People barely talked about it.
Exactly.
Our great partnership with North Korea. Like, what?
Yeah.
North Korea?
Yeah. She didn't even stand there and be like, I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Right.
No.
Well, sometimes people, like, you don't realize I do that all the time. Like, Jamie will correct me all the time. I'll say something that I thought I said another thing.
Right.
And he's like, you said that. I go, oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I meant the other thing.
Right.
Because it's just a flub.
Yeah. I guess the problem is it comes in a long line of flubs.
She's
and
she is absolutely terrible. And that is, for you, that is where, like, everything sort of soured with you and the Democratic Party, was when, during the debates, where you accurately pointed out her record.
Yeah.
And you basically sank any hope that she had of being president, because you opened up this discussion that many people are not aware of about her prosecution record and the things that she's done that are absolutely illegal.
Yeah.
Like forcing people to work as cheap labor for the state to fight wildfires after they're supposed to be released.
Exactly.
They did their time.
They did their time, and she kept them in prison to use them essentially as slave labor for the state, putting their own lives at risk forcibly. The thing about my exchange with her on that debate stage, when you take a step back, you got to question, like, all of those things I brought up on her record, you easily Googleable on the first page. When you look at the nuclear scare that we had in Hawaii and how, this message went out to everybody saying, hey, missile incoming, seek shelter immediately. This is not a drill. What everybody found out immediately is there is no shelter. There is no shelter. There's no place to go. There's no place where you can take your loved ones and your kids to be protected, not only from the blast, but the fallout and the lack of food and water and everything else that comes after. New York City recently put out a PSA. I don't know if you saw it, but it is literally a video ad that they put out saying, hey, here's what you do in the event of a nuclear explosion. Why are they putting this out now? Because of where we are as a country. The problem is, as it shows in this video, their advice to the people of New York City is get inside, and stay tuned. That's it.
Stay tuned to what?
The radio, I guess.
I mean, what is even going to be available?
That's my point.
Yeah,
that is exactly my point. There will be no power. There will be no infrastructure. There will be no, you see what's happening in Florida right now with the recovery efforts after this hurricane just swept through and demolished it. You think about that, multiply that by 50,000 times. The devastation is what we would see, but we wouldn't have FEMA. We wouldn't have these first responders who are able to actually go out and help people. And the worst thing I said when I watched that PSA, get inside, stay tuned. At the end, I'm assuming as an actor they hired to do this, she looks in the camera and she's like, you got this, New York. Like, what in the world? These people are creating this false sense of security for the American people, saying like, oh yeah, take shelter. But there is no shelter.
We should watch that because it's so crazy.
It is insane.
Let's watch that because it's.
So there's been a nuclear attack. Don't ask me how or why, just know that the big one has hit, okay? So what do? There are 3 important steps that I want you to remember.
Big
Step
smile.
1, get inside fast. You, your friends, your family, get inside. And no, staying in the car is not an option. You need to get into a building and move away from the windows.
Look at her smiles.
I know.
Big smile.
Step 2, stay inside. Shut all doors and windows. Have a basement? Head there. If you don't have one, get as far into the middle of the building as possible. If you were outside after the blast, get clean immediately. Remove and bag all outer clothing to keep radioactive dust or ash away from your body. Step 3, stay tuned. Follow media for more information. Don't forget to sign up for Notify NYC for official alerts and updates. And don't go outside until officials say it's safe. All right? You've got this.
You don't got shit. Officials, like who? Sheena Tlaib? She's going to tell you?
Right.
Like, who's the officials? People that they elected? Who's going to tell you it's okay to go outside during a nuclear blast in the United States, something that's never happened ever, and that we're completely woefully unprepared for?
Exactly.
You got this. You got this. She's so pretty though. With her big smile.
She's got a nice smile.
She's got a great smile. That's probably why they hired her. That is a crazy thing to put out there. First of all, because like, what is it? What's the purpose of that? Is that to reassure people? Like, what is the purpose of that?
Yeah.
It's not to inform people because none of what she said makes any sense.
No.
Oh, get in the middle of the room?
Right.
Oh, that's okay.
Right.
The outside's not good?
Just stay away from the window.
The middle's not going to be.
Because the radiation is not.
It just stays put.
Yeah.
The
Doesn't
radiation's,
move.
it's kind of like a fog machine.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't